Okay, we got one-on-one between myself and Fede. Fede, how's your week been?
It's going good. I've been working on a few things. Now I'm trying to copy the Haley header for the marketing side on the billing side because we check some smart look recordings and I think it's like 90% of users try to go back to the marketing side, like clicking on the logo,
Hmm.
and yeah, that
Yeah,
doesn't happen.
they're still expecting it to be the marketing site. So,
Yeah,
um, well, I mean, at a minimum, you could just change that link to point to Haley.ai.
yeah, but then we will need like some way to go back to the dashboard. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
okay. Um, well, you'll figure it out.
yeah, yeah,
It's just
I-
links,
yeah.
nothing
I can do
nothing
it.
too fancy. Um,
Yeah, but I'm
let's
trying
see.
to copy like the font and everything, so it looks the same. So
Yeah, because it's a little just jarring when you click on that and it takes you like a completely separate
yeah,
site.
it's like a
So
different feel.
um, I'm worried that we're losing trust. Like when you click there and you go to some other website and then you're not even sure, like, how did I end up over here? Is this the same site? So that's my worry. Is that then they're not going further because they're just like, oh, I don't even know what are these guys doing. Like the
Yeah.
smallest thing might be throwing off the user. So um, yeah, well, we have the data, so we can look at it and see, like, as we make improvements, does it make it better or not? So
Mhm.
um, we should be getting the testimonials on the website soon. So hopefully that adds to
Nice.
the trust factor. Yeah. So this week it's been tough. We have like fumigation happening. They're gonna
Oh
start
yeah.
fumigating in like less than 4 hours. So I had to pack up all my stuff and go to my brother's place to stay. And they're on top of the roofs now, ready to drop
For how
the.
long do you have to like live?
I can come back. So I have to leave by noon. I think I can come back the 30th. Um,
Oh,
around it's like 2 days, 2 3 days.
that's a real fumigation.
So I guess they pump the gas in for a day, and then they pump it out for a day. So um, well, we'll see. But that's been kind of pain in my ass because I got to take the plants out, take the food
Oh.
out, and all that. Anything where you put it in your mouth, and make sure that it's not in the house at the time.
And why are you fumigating? Is like there's a lot of bugs or
Oh, I have like gnats and stuff, but the real reason we're doing it is for termites. So
oh
you're supposed to fumigate every like 10 years because the houses here are made of wood. They're
right.
delicious for termites. So we haven't gassed this place in I think they gassed it once before, maybe 20 years ago. So it's been 20 years. So we were supposed to gas it in the end of August, but then people complained, so we pushed it back, and now um, finally getting it done. So hopefully that's been kind of um, slowing me down this week. So
It's okay.
next week, hopefully back to less distractions. Um, been playing around with sweep. That thing keeps getting stuck. Um, Alice did get it going for local, so we have unlimited tickets there. So if you get a chance and you want to try something small, kick it off and see if it
Yeah.
does it for you. At a minimum, I'll show you. I'll point to the spots where it's supposed to do the code. And in a worst case scenario, I'll do some wacky shit. You're like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? This is not
I
related
didn't
to what
ask for
I
this.
asked at all. So, um, I also reached out to you about the usage report. So I am getting like I did one today, so I should see one for the 28th, right? It should pop up.
Yeah, but for the 28th, there's we have like a history table for the past days, and the
Hmm.
current count is in a different table. It's that same table but without history at the end.
Okay,
So
so
you should find it there. But yeah, I'm gonna check.
I don't remember if I used Haley yesterday, but I don't see one. No one used it yesterday for the 27th.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So we need to figure out like how do we make Haley more sticky, right? Like every day you just got to use her. What can we do to make it that great? So think about like if you don't use her, maybe she reaches out to you and tells you something you very informative, right? So like, hey, it's the end of the day, we didn't talk, but I want something to tell you. Like, hey, did you see these messages or something? Something to get the engagement going, because otherwise, like, people just like tail off and they don't get reminded that hey, there's this
Yeah.
useful app to use without coming across as spammy, right? So it's got to be like, hey, we looked at all these messages and listen, this is stuff that we saw that you're talking about, and this is other channels that you're not a part of. This is useful to you, sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. We can do some like I think I've seen this somewhere. I don't know if the on the Slack AI that they suggested like a summary of your unread messages, like
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the only problem is we don't have access to like anything private channels,
Oh yeah,
private DMs. We have to do only public stuff. So it's kind of a limitation that we have of ours. But we can access private if we wanted to, right?
I don't
If
know.
we ask for permission.
I think we need like different tokens and like straight admin access. There are some apps that they should say like this app has admin access to your workspace, so
Hmm.
it can do anything. But I haven't seen any examples on how to do that.
Yeah. So, all right, think about it, and then we can discuss further. We do have our open source contributor working with Yura. They're in
Oh
the
yeah,
Haley AI Slack workspace, and they're discussing what Conflow looks like what's it gonna look like, what's gonna be the feature functionalities. So once we have all the embeddings, then we can generate graphs from the embeddings, and then how do we make it so it's useful? Once I have the initial draft, I can take that to potential users and see, what do they feel about it? Is it something that they're willing to pay for, or do they find it of super value?
yeah,
So, because we can just make like the enterprise offering so just packed with awesome stuff, right? Like, I was like, yeah, actually, there's value there. I think like smart search will probably be a lot of value because it saves people time, right? Looking
yeah,
for stuff. And then this other stuff is just like kickers to like, oh, plus I can do this and this and this, like just build up value there. But we still, even now, we have a lot of people going to the website, but like no one's going and like clicking the free tier. We're not asking for credit card or anything. So like, what is it that isn't we're not even the free tier is not valuable enough to install or
yeah.
like
You just need to sign up, but yeah, people are not
yeah. So
doing
that's kind of got me. That's my priority right now is like figure out like if they're not even willing to install the free thing, like how are we going to get money out of these people? So that's like a big challenge is, and then we haven't really kicked off like full sales effort, right? So that can happen. That could be a separate thing where we have, but at a minimum, we should be driving people to the website, which we are. There's people coming on there. Some people spending a lot of time on there. They're reading like all the pages, right? And then even
yeah.
there, they're like they don't go install. So we need
Yeah,
to figure
we
out.
are on 22 active workspaces and
Yeah,
29 users
and
are
I think it's
using
not it's
Haley.
not even catching all of them because I'm getting different numbers on different platforms. So
Oh,
some people
okay.
might have some script blocking, but I can show you like
Yeah,
we
this is from
get.
Slack. It's like you
Hmm?
can see this. From the Slack website, you can see on how many workspace the app is installed and how many users are using it.
Yeah, well, whenever someone signs up to the free tier, I get a notification. We get a notification in the Slack channel, right? And there hasn't been any. So, and we're getting about 120 plus new users that come to the website, right? And we're not even converting any of them.
Yeah.
So, um, some of them, they just bounce because like I'm not even a Slack user, whatever, because they were just not. But some people are spending a lot of time on the website. They're looking at like the team, they're looking at the services, they're going to our social and everything like that. So maybe like they're not a admin and they have to go talk to the admin, and
Right.
this is all like conjecture, right? So, um, which makes me think maybe we should try doing email capture so I at least can follow up with people like, hey, I saw you went to the website, you didn't sign up. Is there anything I can help you to get over the line? Right now I have no way to follow up. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
I know they're coming from I see the Bahia Blanca, someone from Bahia Blanca or Santa Barbara's there. And people from Jerusalem, all over the world, people are coming, right? So, but I have no way to follow up. So, should we do like a newsletter capture, but it's not even a newsletter? We just capture
The thing
their.
is, if they are if they are willing to sign for a newsletter, I guess they will install the app at least or sign up.
I don't
And
know
if it's
because
free,
installing the app requires you to be an admin, right? Not everybody's an admin on their workspace.
yeah, yeah, we should see what happens if you're not the admin. Yeah.
So right now, like I don't have the tools I need to do follow up.
Yeah.
To figure out like, hey, because it would be nice if they told me, oh, but I went to the website and you had a typo, and I was like, you guys are dummies. You had a typo on this page. Oh, I'll fix that, right? But right now, I have no idea. Like we have every, real time stats. We have people going to the website, and
Yeah,
some
maybe
people are
we can
spending.
have some kind of feedback email, like feedback@Haley, and people can suggest things or things like that. And yeah, we can do the if you want to like
Well, if I can do the capture, I mean, I can add
yeah.
a. I mean, I can do this. I can put a bar that says, you want to get updates about Haley? Sign up. I'll do that because I need something to follow up people with. Sign up for updates. In fact, I will ask. I'm just tacking on more stuff for this lady to do. LinkedIn. Give me a second while I hit up.
Did you see that ChatGPT now can access internet?
They had that before, and then it was getting abused, and they took it away.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have it
have a.
enabled yet, but yeah.
Say again.
That I don't have it enabled yet. I don't have the
Yeah, some people have access to the GPT
like the ping
4V.
plugin. Yeah.
I don't have it yet, so. But there were people on Twitter that were taking suggestions, like, let me know what you want to see, and I'll put it in there. All right, so we'll add email capture. We'll see if people are, because I do that. I mean, I go to a website sometimes and I see something, and I'm like, okay, I would like to get an update. I'll give my email. At least that gives us something, right? We have no other way to track. Google Analytics used to be way better back in the days because they gave you referrals. They told you where the people are coming from.
Oh.
And now that's not there anymore. Like I don't know where these people are coming from. It'll just say they're a referral.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Vercel says like the country.
Yeah, we have country. We have like what their device is. I can tell if they're mobile versus desktop, but I can't be like, what website, what link did these people click to get to our stuff? Was it Hacker News? Was it our impact partner or whatever? So
Yeah.
um, used to be nicer before. I mean, I could see like the top links and then see who was driving traffic. Now, I think for privacy reasons, they're not giving that information anymore.
Yeah, Vercel gives you the referrers, but yeah, as is our billing side, is they are all coming from Haley AI.
I'll show you this.
We have one from dev.to.
So you can see we
Okay.
have our views are up over, this is for the week, 200+%. About services team. So some people are like, going through every single page. Mostly people in the US. We're getting referrals. And I'm guessing a lot of those are from our impact partners. Some people going direct and then organic search. People actually looking for Haley AI. We also got a new badge from Google Search Console. I think we did 120 something clicks. Like they give you a new badge. They try to gamify it, right?
Yeah.
So that's also something that we could think about is how do we gamify Haley? Like if you do certain things that you get like badges or something. Um, Question is where would maybe we could put like the badge on um,
On the home
the
tab.
about on the homepage, right?
Yeah.
The badges you've unlocked.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for the future.
Yeah. Well, we need to have enough stuff for you to like it. Well, if you just did like every day, if you talk to Haley for 5 days in a row, that's a badge. If you talk to her for X amount of days out of whatever day is another badge. If you did smart search X amount of times, another badge. Um, that could be if we can find some open source contributor that could do the gamification stuff. Um, Either that or I don't know. We got to think of like ways to make her engaging that you want to keep coming back to her and using it.
Yeah, more organic.
All right, let's see if anybody wants to jump on for stand up a little bit early. I have to go and move some plants around. Uh,
Save them.
okay. Yeah, and then I haven't really done much for the NSF grant thing.
Oh,
Uh, there's a workshop next week that kind of goes into how to do the proposal. I couldn't even get into the website, so I actually made a ticket, and then I kind of forgot about it. I'm like, oh, they'll get back to me, but they never did. So I need to follow up and try to get access. But there's a whole like office hours that they have that you can go in there and ask questions uh,
oh, nice.
about like here's how you do the proposal and stuff. I've already seen some proposals, and some of them look like they're actually doing like they're gathering data and stuff and doing experiments. So um, we'll have to see if we have to do any kind of graphs and stuff to show.
Something fancy.
Yeah, like this is where we're at. This is where we want to get to. And I still need to get our a professor, hopefully at UCSB, that's in the AI space, because I haven't gotten a response from the one that I reached out to. Worst comes to worst, I'll just show up at his office. So we'll see. All right. Well, if no one's going to join, so for today, we're going to add a thing for capturing emails. Maybe we'll do a newsletter. Maybe it'll just be like updates when we have release notes. Maybe we just put release notes out to everybody whenever we do an update. I'm going to keep messing around with Sweep. I'm still trying to get it to do the testing framework, so we at least have some files that test.
Yeah.
And then let me look at my to do. And I did switch over to using. I also filled out the paperwork for Slack to do reimbursement, so I can get reimbursed for expenses that are related to events. We're going to probably tee up our first event. It'll be early December, before the school, because we're going to try to get as many like UCSB people, students, and then the hard part's going to be finding a venue and maybe sponsors also. I'm happy to pay some out of my pocket, but we get a budget about $500, and anything beyond that, I need to find either pay for it out of pocket or find sponsors that would help us.
All right. And do you think this is going to be like a lot of people?
We'll find. I mean, when I tell them that we have swag, so I get like a swag kit.
Yeah, if it's free, yeah, I will go.
I mean, if I'm a UCSB student, back in the days, I was a big like swag hoe. Like if you had swag, I was at your thing. Not so much anymore. Like my closet was just full of swag and stuff. So now I'm like, all right, I don't need to like sell myself for a t-shirt. But some students, if I'm in their shoes, like, hey, I'm there. We're gonna have like Slack socks, these like wooden stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, all sorts of stuff. I even get as a Slack ambassador, Slack community leader, I get a t-shirt, hoodie, like a whole kit. Cool. I'm trying to get that for Jagraj, because Jagraj is going to be like our UCSB representative. So he'll get the a bunch of people going, maybe doing meetups, at least have like a Slack workspace that's for the students for the class of, we're in 2023, this would be add 4 years, 2027. So it'll be like the class of 2027. And then tell them about the events that we hold, and hopefully some people show up, and hopefully we'll give talks. We'll give technical. Our talks will be very technical. Like even maybe we'll have you, Fede, give a technical talk about how Haley works. We're not necessarily going to be like, here's Haley, go install her, but we're going to be like, all right, here's a really technical thing that we're working on. This is how we did it. We're not doing anything in secrecy. So we'll just be like transparent and open about what we're doing. And then I think some of those students would be like, oh, I would love to contribute back. So we could probably get a good amount of contributors there. Other ideas, of course, this is in the future. What if we did like plugins for Haley? So you know how they have plugins for ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
And so what would it look like for someone to be able to do a plugin for Haley?
I guess you could manage that from our website, and then we check if the plugin is enabled. We do something different.
Because that's when we're at this development pace, but if you do a plugin store and becomes popular, then your capabilities, like what happened with ChatGPT, they had this much. They were always kind of constant with what they could do, right?
Yeah.
And then they added plugins, and then they went boom. So same thing could happen with us. Like if we start getting traction, and then we want to take the next level, you got to do like the App Store, right? So we would need like I guess we would need APIs, public APIs, permission. We would need a whole team to do something like that.
Yeah, very complex.
But in the future, maybe we'll get there. I need to look at how our current partners are advertising, and then I did earlier this week I did send them a newsletter, kind of an intro email. Every week or so, or every 2 weeks, I'll send them an email to see where they're at. We have a good amount of partners now. The last list that I downloaded, we have like 125
Yeah, that's a lot.
contacts
Yeah, I
that we're
keep
looking
getting
at.
emails. Yeah.
Yeah, people apply every day to join our affiliate program. Um, yeah, hopefully we're gonna get those testimonials going. So with the website, we're gonna get the testimonials. We'll go to email capture. I also asked our devs to fix a CSR page because right now it's just like a bunch of stuff in a row. Maybe lay it out better. Social page also make that look better also. So we'll see how that goes. We've been looking at different tools for sales. Like if we do a sales call, record it, and then have AI look at the transcript and give suggestions. We looked at Gong. Gong's very expensive. And it's mostly, um, they have a very expensive setup cost, which I don't know what you're paying for to set up because it's SaaS, right? You just go in there and start using it. Unless you're doing like Salesforce or something, and then you really need to connect it to your Salesforce instance. But when we started using the tool that we're using, which is called meetrecord.com, their pricing is much more understandable. They seem to have all the same stuff too. It wasn't anything that I was like, oh, you're really missing that. So
Right.
they have all the same stuff. They have all the integrations that we need within HubSpot, Google Meet, Slack. We have a sales channel that whenever a sales meeting calls, it gets posted there with the summary also.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So if
nice.
you want to go to sales channel, you'll see the one that I did. I was supposed to meet with our QA person from France yesterday, but she wasn't able to make it. So I just made it a test recording, and you can see it gets posted, which is cool. So we're going to meet with Sachin is their, he's one of the co-founders of the company, but he's also their sales guy. So next week, and then maybe we'll discuss pricing there. But their price is much more understandable than what Gong was setting to us. And okay, let's see if there's anything else worth sharing. Oh, and then we're working on Comflow, right? So this is something that I will build out. Otherwise, it'll get pretty expensive for me to keep uploading it. I need to build 20 pages. So I'll do a page for Comflow, and then also I'll do like a sign up at the end, like the wait list or the sign up for beta testing to see if we can get people there. I need to contact Google. They still have our stuff like not showing up. Last time I called, they redirected me to their website, which is of no help. So we need to create, just like we have for Smart Search, a Comflow page, a sign up page, and then maybe we'll start doing ads, right? Once Google doesn't do what it's doing, we'll actually get people that are looking for that as a solution. And I'm really interested in seeing like if there's someone that's looking for that, they have that problem, and they have that problem because they're searching for it. And you present the solution. What's the close rate there versus what we're doing now, which is just like blasting everybody? I'm guessing you have a very better chance of people getting to the point where they sign up and even pay for it when it's an actual problem that they're expressing through Google searches.
Yeah.
I did a new blog post today about Comflow, and I used a different, usually when I generate the blogs, it's very like, create me an SEO optimized blog about this topic, and I might go a little into it. This time I was looking at TikTok, and I usually go on there and look at like the latest AI stuff people are pitching. But now I'm getting stuff for SEO optimization also and blogging. And so this guy had this long prompt for doing. The problem was that they're getting linked on Google and getting referrals,
Yeah.
or what do you call it, impressions. Problem is people aren't going on there and reading them, right? Because it's like whatever. So he had this one that was more like talk about the problem, give example. So it was like a much more structured thing, and that's what the latest blog that I'm using that talks about count flow. So you'll see like, I think I did it for Smart Search. I'll do another one for count flow tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think this one have like different headers, and previous ones were like all like big headers, right?
Well, I don't know if it's about the headers more. I'm just trying to make it engaging. So like for I mean, I'll still end up using the previous ones that I was using before for like certain topics. But if I have like, um, you have a problem, I have a solution, I'll use this flow instead.
Okay.
All right, we'll
Like
give it 1 minute to see if anybody joins for actual stand-up time. Otherwise, we'll jump off. Well, yours running late, so all right, we'll jump off.
All right.
All right, Fede. Good chatting. Catch you
Same.
later.
Thanks, Rash. Bye bye.